Karen and I, we've already started our disagreements and our debating the stuff that you see.
Points of view.
Right, because I think now, from my point of view, he has not extricated himself from the situation.
Oh my God.
So yes, there's a whole new scenario that's opened up, and that is, to me, parallel to what's going on.
You are going to, first of all, the one thing, and did you discuss this before today?
Yes, I have.
Right, so you're giving me a lot of leeway now, right? Because you had to say all what you had to say already on what, and obviously we are not on the same page, right? Okay, I did start by saying that waiting 3 weeks was not a good look. It lacked authenticity, and it looked as though they sat around a table, which politicians will do, to decide how, and get a PR people, the lawyers, whoever, how are we going to sell this? We know we can't deny that the discussion took place. So we have to deal with that reality. So let's move on from that. Now, so the biggest, it's more than a faux pas, the biggest mistake and affects Farley is taking so long to respond, because it also smacks of a level of arrogance. It also smacks of a level, I'll answer when I'm ready to answer. But it also smacks of, I need to get my ducks lined up first, but it also came across in the wrong way. It didn't help him, especially since a lot of his appeal was he seemed to be very self-effacing, very approachable, and he has really eroded a lot of that goodwill. But this is what I have to say, even about what he said. What he has said, and no one has contradicted him, and I can assure you, if they could contradict him, now time, we don't know, maybe next week, maybe tomorrow, I'll read about it in the papers, I don't know. But at this point in time, no one has contradicted that they sat down there to look at strategies as how to win the election. You think they're the only ones who do that? If you want to believe that the other parties don't pass $100 and don't pass a jersey and don't pass a thing in order to get a vote, you are living in la la land, and pigs do fly. They all do it. They all do it. The difference is you don't have someone taping you and then using it to bribe you. That's what you don't have. But if you want to think that they don't give you jersey and they don't give you $100 and all of them don't do it, please. The only thing is, I can't give you, but we all know those stories, okay? What? So let me just say this. So if it is in the strategy meeting that came up, what is the most critical thing? It should not have come up, we agree. But then we could say that about all the other political parties, the big political parties, they all do it, okay? So let's not pretend and live in la la land, and I don't know what land you want to go to that you don't know that happens. That's the reality, okay? What is the thing is that he knew that they had the tape. So they knew that they could expose him and leak the tape. Now what he has said, and no one has contradicted him on this, he has said that it was part of a different strategic choices they had. And you're not going to tell me the other big political parties that has not come up in meetings. You're not going to tell me, and I'm not going to believe it. What is important is he has said that though it was brought up, it was not acted on. It was brought up, it was not acted on. And up to now, no one has come forward to say that it has been acted on. The Prime Minister cannot tell you about Nikwan and whether we should invest, but they rushed to send ACIB to investigate Farley. You need to investigate Farley, and if it is in fact true that he has all of these snapshots which speak to bribery, which speak to, if you do not, I don't know what the words were, but if you do not pay me X amount of money, I am going to release this, that's a crime. That's a crime. If he were in America, you know America? If we were in America and we were having the same discussion on CNN, you know they'd be talking about the briber and the bribee. You know that's a discussion? That's a discussion. Well, but we in Trinidad, for whatever reason, including the media, have decided that the bad boy here is Farley.
Well, hold on. Now I have to answer to that. First of all,
You have an answer to that?
yes, but first
Let
of
me
all,
hear your answer.
no. But before I do that, I just want to say the recording, I believe, according to Farley himself, was made back when Duke was still in good standing with the executive. So we're talking last year.
That's correct.
Right?
March.
My question is, and I just don't understand if someone could explain
March
to me Duke's relationship to what is a friend to the PNM political leader. But.
My friend, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Learn that is simple.
All right.
That
okay.
is simple politics.
Well, then that's Duke selling himself.
Well, at this point in time.
Now, I understand what you're saying.
Get on the pavement.
I understand what you're saying, right? I knew that, yes, Farley is correct when he says.
Talk about the Farley. Why you don't talk about
Wait,
I'm
speaking now. Farley is correct when he says other people.
You see how he's roughed me up.
Other people,
right.
Other parties do it. My thing is this. It is unfortunate.
Don't get caught. Don't get caught.
Right, because we cannot ignore it now that he has gotten caught. If the UNC or the PNM got caught in a similar manner, I would be saying the same thing. And that's point number one. Point number two, and this was pointed out by a caller, so much props to San Fernando. He is using the concept of a closed door cabinet meeting. Cabinet meetings, because he used the cabinet as an example. Cabinet meetings is supposed to be government business. This is not government business, this is re-election. Right. Yes, I know that other parties probably do it too. But again, he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
No, he did not. You know why? Guess why? Guess why?
Wait, Karen, he got caught.
How he got caught?
Using the privilege of official closed-door executive meetings and the protection of that for his political party campaigning purposes.
No. For his strategic or looking at what strategy could.
Right, but the last point, Karen, I have to make is
why is the last point?
Because it's the last point.
Well, your last point.
Yes. Any sort of substantial allegations.
Right.
You interrupted me. I don't interrupt you. Any sort of substantial investigations into corruption, because he does have text messaging, fine, and all of that needs to be investigated. All of it does.
Stop making light of that.
But I'm not making light of it. I'm not making light of it.
The problem is investigated. That's all right. That's fine. That's fine.
That is its own story. That does not exonerate Farley. He made the error of discussing corruption as a potential strategy. It doesn't matter if the other parties do it. He campaigned about being better than them.
He did not even attempt,
That's what he says. Don't be naive, Karen. If he is willing to consider the strategies of other parties, you're going to take him at his word, face value, just like that?
Wait, excuse me.
We can't take him at his word. Because he says he did not attempt. That's all the evidence you need?
You listen. You see, this is how he treats me on the pavement.
That is not true. That is so not true.
You see, even that.
I am being interrupted. You are the one interrupting me. I am trying to get my point across. But the thing is, you are because you ask me all the time, or you tell me all the time, don't be naive. How is it that this is someone who is considering these strategies by his own words of other political parties? He just needs to say, well, we didn't do anything wrong, and we will take that at his word.
Okay, Sean, let me just bring it down a thing. Let me just say this one. In a strategy meeting, it should not have been brought up. Is it brought up in others? Yes. The key to it is, in crime or corruption or whatever you could Prevention of Corruption Act, whatever you could charge a person under, you have to have made an attempt to do it. So you would have to have somebody who they called and asked them to do it or offered to the thing. We have absolutely no evidence to date that did. So it was just talk because you usually
that has to be investigated. It has to be investigated.
Sean, the point I am making is that there is absolutely not an iota of evidence that conversation just stayed as a conversation and was not acted on. That number one. Number two, though, is, if what he's saying is true, the reason why this came out in the media, why you don't concern about that? why it is they hold it back to use against him. Why? To force his hand to pay, and he says he has his snap thing, so I will have them, I didn't see them, to force his hand to pay a construction company which allegedly they say is a good friend of our Prime Minister. Why are you not concerned about that?
Now apparently,
why are you not
Farley
concerned about that?
Even before Watson Duke
Why are you
fall
not
out
concerned
and
about
leaving
that?
the executive, he was campaigning for Warner to get his money. So again, I would like, this is not me making any accusations or implications. I genuinely would like a better understanding with regards to that, really, because this is before Watson Duke fell out with Farley. This is before that they were the enemy of the enemy.
Statement? You read the whole statement?
But
what he did,
this is based on Farley's timeline.
And I may need to read it back. I will admit to that.
Mm-hmm.
But it appeared to me that the amount that was being asked for kept increasing with little or no work to support it. So it wasn't as if I want my 10 million, I want my 10 million. Look at all my invoices, I want my 10 million. Give me my 10 million, I did the work, here are the invoices. Don't let me, you'll get me vexed and do this. No, I want my 24 million. I want my 48 million. I want my 60 million. And where the invoices. The number kept going up. Why are you not worried about that?
No. The amount that is being asked for.
But let's talk about that now and stop talking about Farley now.
No, because this is because listen.
Yeah, listen.
It doesn't matter how bad another story is. I'm not gonna forget about a current story either.
Which
right?
story is that?
The potential corruption, because this whole thing stems from the amount of money that the outgoing PNM administration just spent willy-nilly, right? Put the incoming PDP in a bind for the upcoming quarter. Also the fact that he's a long-term contractor who did work for the administration, so we don't know if it was just contracts being granted out without any sort of limitations.
Shots.
Right? Do you want me to screenshot? Yes.
That
said, screenshots can be faked, but again, that's why it needs to be investigated. It needs to be investigated.
Right, but you know what? Guess what? Guess the difference between what you saying and I saying. You know the difference? You saying the screenshots which exist need to be investigated.
No, the whole thing needs to be investigated. No, I said the screenshots can be faked, but the whole thing needs to be investigated.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying to you, they had a strategy meeting. And as far as we are told, nothing was acted on in regard to that discussion. Nothing. No way.
Himself unto himself tells us nothing was acted upon.
And
Al Capone told us he was a good guy. You know, the mothers of the gangsters, they're all good boys.
You hear where we reach? Are you hearing?
No, but the accused is saying, I didn't do it, and that's enough for you.
You hear where we reach? We reach.
The accused is saying, I didn't do it, that's enough for you. I don't understand.
You hear how he's getting on with me? I think we need Keaton. Because Keaton will be telling you, Keaton will be looking at both of us and shaking his head. You hear where you reach? He reached back to the 1920s in America and Al Capone.
That's right. That was the first thing that came to mind. That's
9 o'clock.
Folks,
9 o'clock.
Right, we have to take a break for news. When we come back, we'll probably be continuing this and maybe open up the phone lines. No, we will open up the phone lines, but we'll be continuing this.
I want to open the phone lines. Open up the phone lines. No, because you're getting me tired with the screenshots and you have no proof.